really struggling tonight. I don't know what it is. I've tried 3 or 4 different videos, 3 or 4 different topics, and I don't know what's getting at me. I just haven't got, and I think it's just I've not got an idea that I'm hooked to. I'm not just like, oh, that's a great idea, I'll talk about that. I mean, I talked about the zombie video the other day. I enjoyed the thought of it all and was just riffing on it. You know, questions from my sister about enemies and the random things that people have. It's just, yeah, it flows from me really easily, but nothing really happened today. I kind of went to work, did my work, it flew by like that. I've got this really weird, like, I can't think of the right word, conspiracy almost in my head, but just theory. I feel a bit befuddled by it all, but it's been playing around in my mind all day. I can't remember what year it was. It must have been 2009, I'm going to say. I was sat at my desk at my old job, the one that I got myself sacked from to save money because I didn't want to pay them back for the holiday I'd taken. And I was chatting to my colleague who was a bit dense, bless her. She didn't really know much about science or physics or all of that. And she asked me what the hell the Large Hadron Collider was. And I explained to her that it was just smashing particles together. They were whizzing around like tiny, tiny atoms of heavy materials and smashing them together and then looking at what happened out of that, because they were trying to find a God particle that proved the fact that there was like another dimension waiting out of it. So all this, I can't get my head around it properly, but if this particle appeared, then it meant that there was the God particle that held all other particles together between the spaces of it and all this nonsense, I think. But she was like, well, isn't that a bit dangerous? Is that going to cause the end of the world? And I said to her, probably not. There is a small chance it'll rip open a black hole that will suck us all through and the world will end. I said, I'm more worried that punching a hole in space-time will cause time to speed up massively and we won't be able to really notice it until A, it's too late, or B, we just won't notice it because time will go so quick that by the time we realise it, it'll be so far in the future, probably won't even be it. You know, it's just time's going to speed up. Now, we sort of laughed about that and we had a bit more of a conversation and went off on one, but it's been in my head since because I don't know about anyone else who's like 30 and above, but I was 23 when I said that, 24, 23, something like that. I saw a picture of myself yesterday holding Lamp up when she was a baby, and this must have been around the same time because it was just after she was born. And I look so different. I'm unbearded. I've got like shorter hair actually, but I just look so different. And I think to myself, that's nearly a decade ago, and it doesn't feel like a decade has gone in that time at all. And it is scary as hell thinking that I haven't done that much. I say I haven't done that much. I have had a lot of different jobs in that time and a lot of different focuses and projects. And I mean, God, now I'm thinking about it, I've done quite a lot in that time, but I feel like time has sped up so stupidly that it can't be natural, it can't be normal. People say to me like, oh, I still feel like a 20-year-old and I'm 60 and all that sort of thing. And you think, okay, but at least you can account for all the time that's gone. I look at that and think, I genuinely don't know that I can account for 50% of the time. I, for a little while, worried that I might be phasing out mid-sentence. I think I'd worried about it happening. I had this wonder whether if I filmed myself throughout a day, whether there's certain times of day where I'm just going and I don't realise I'm doing it. Because if I am, that would account for a lot of the time loss. And then I interestingly saw an episode of House where someone was doing that. They were talking in mid-sentence, they would just go, and then they'd carry on talking like nothing had happened. And that's fascinating because there'd be no way of knowing you were doing that for a while unless people had the confidence to tell you it was happening. If people told me that's what was happening, I'd genuinely believe them. I mean, I know I can watch back videos and listen to podcasts and know that it's not happening. But if my wife said to me, have you ever noticed you do that thing where you just pause and don't say anything for a minute and then you suddenly start talking again, I'd definitely start developing a complex about it. I already started developing a complex about going bald, even though I've clearly got loads of hair and Kev keeps telling me I'm going bald. That's played on me massively. I mentioned it to my hairdressers and they were like, what are you on about? And I said, well, I have got like a bit where it thins somewhere in the middle here, but only if I have it a certain way. Generally speaking, I've obviously got loads, but I'm quite easy to suggest that things are definitely not right or whatever. If people told me the sky was red, eventually I'd probably believe them. and I assumed that I was misseeing it or I was colourblind or something. But yeah, this time thing baffles me every now and again. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. And where I work, we've all started realising that time seems to go ridiculously fast there. I don't know if it's just once you're in the rhythm of it or what, but we were joking today that this whole day seemed to go by in the space of about an hour, even though we were all working away. Whereas like when there's days when you're just doing call after call after call, it feels like they're twice as long. But these days, I mean, I've had 4 years of just being at this place where time just seems to just go, and it doesn't seem it's right that I've been there 4 years. I mean, I mentioned I've had lots of different things that I've done. I mean, before this, I was a teacher for 18 months, plus training to be a teacher for a year. Before that, I was a student for 3 years. Before that, I worked in insurance for many years in various ways. And that's like the entire time I've known my wife is in that bracket of time. And it feels like I've only known her for 5 minutes. And we were working out the other day that I've known her 13 years, I think, 2005. So it's all getting carried away. It's all getting a bit mad. And I go through ebbs and flows with that because sometimes I think, time's going so quick, I can't believe it, I need to do more, I haven't got time to do everything, blah, 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 blah. And then the other day I texted my wife saying to her, I've realised that even if I lived my entire life again on top of where I am now, I wouldn't be 65. I'd still have to work another year before I could retire on today's standards, which is a little bit outrageous, a little bit disheartening because it means that I'm so far away from retirement. But equally, it means I can literally do everything I've ever done again. I could start again. I could basically just submit myself in at reception, go through the whole of primary school, secondary school, college, university, train to be something professional, and still work a reasonable 20-year career, give or take. I don't think I did the maths right. 15-year career. And yeah, I'd only be old enough to retire at that point. Which does beg the question, why don't more people go and get like PhDs in maths and become super intelligent maniacs who create banking systems and become billionaires? I don't know how this works. I haven't been through the course to learn it. But no, it feels so weird that I've got an entire, that long, 35 years plus. Because let's face it, retirement won't be till 80 by the time I get there. But it feels weird because most people don't go and learn new things now. This should be my lot. What I've done now is it. I'm into IT, I'm into security. I kind of want to just beaver away at this company I work at and see how far we can go as a company sort of thing. And it's weird thinking that people do that. My dad's been at Ford for as long as I've been alive, basically. Like, he got his 30-year long service thing about, I don't even know how long ago it was. He's been at that one company. Yes, he's worked at different places in different ways, but he's been there longer than I've been alive. And that doesn't seem to happen anymore. That's really bizarre. But it's weird to think that, again, I could start at the first day of his career, get to now, and I'd only be at retirement age again. So I've kind of got off on a bit of a weird one here, and I didn't really expect this to come out like this. When I started the video, I was really frustrated that I was on my 5th video and I couldn't think of anything to say. But I think what I'm trying to say is that time's gone so weirdly fast, and I feel like it's going away from me. But then equally, there's so much time left, it's ridiculous. And I'm not high. If anyone wonders if I'm high, I am not high. I'm just a little bit kind of weirded out, I think, at the moment. That it just feels like, I mean, I was looking at the fact that it's 7 and a bit weeks till my holiday, and I know that's not gonna be long. It's just gonna come and like that. And then I was thinking about the fact that I've not had like 14 days off in a row on a holiday away in ages, in a long time. And actually I'll be off work for something like 17 days counting the weekends. But I know, again, that's just going to go by like that. It's a little bit sad, actually, thinking that we're putting all this time, effort, energy, money and so forth into a holiday that will end after 16 days. And after that, it's just going to be like, I kind of need time to slow right down for that point, I guess. If it is the Hadron Collider, which I'm pretty certain it is, then I need to stick a cork in whatever hole they ripped. I need to figure out the way to slow time down, even if it's only temporarily, just so I can enjoy that nice long trip, and then I'll go back to normality. I mean, it gets confusing being in the routine of doing these videos, because I think I do a video and then I'm like, I swear I only did a video an hour ago. I'm here again. And it's like some videos I'm wearing the same t-shirt I wore yesterday. So I'm looking at it thinking, did I just record them on the same day and forget that I'd done it? But no, I mean, a weird thing. I mean, a good balance at the moment where the time at home feels longer than the time at work, which is great. I don't know what that means, but it's a good thing. I feel like I've got a good balance going there. But yeah, this has been a bit of a weird video. This is probably one of the weirder ones I've done. It's probably not on the funny side or anything like that. It's just me venting a bit about just the weirdness of the world. But I do feel odd that, as I say, Lampup's old, Bosco's nearly 6, and the baby's nearly 1, and I've got 3 kids, and that's a bit mad. I don't know. I'm going to stop rabbiting because I think Kirsty's been waiting for about an hour now to watch iZombie and Supergirl with me, and I've been making her wait. So I'm going to wrap this up. Again, sorry for the weird video. Let me know if you're older than me or my age or even younger than me actually, and you just feel like time is ridiculous. It blows my mind thinking that my sister and my cousin both have children and they're adults, and I mean, time goes so quick. My cousin, who's like a brother to me and grew up with me and lived with us growing up, I've not seen him in at least 6 years, which seems insane because we talk on Facebook. We're both in the same Tottenham group. We have a Tottenham Hotspur group. It's for people who got banned from the forum we used to go on. We're a group of people who got banned who all talk now. And I talk to him on that daily, but I've not seen him physically in the flesh for 6 years, which is insane. But it feels like it wasn't long ago at all. And that just must be normal parts of getting old. Most of my friends I sort of see a couple of times a year. It's all very weird. Bumping into Kevin Pab at Comic-Con. I say bumping, they came to find me, bless them. But again, it seems odd, like they're the friends I see the most, and I only see Pab probably 4, 5, 6 times a year. I see Kev more because he lives nearby and he usually stands outside my house taking pictures and stuff. But even then, we can go weeks without physically seeing each other, and it just slips back into the same old nonsense. Being old is weird, but being old is confusing as well, because I know I'm not old, and there's different degrees of old, and I've still got a lot more time to get older. And if science has its dirty way with us all, we could be here for another 500 years, which just seems ridiculous, because I could be doing this vlog in 500 years' time going, I remember when I was in my 30s and I started filming this on a camera, and now I'm just broadcasting it into people's brains and I'm getting told off because I'm just spamming passers-by with my brain vlogs. Anyway, this is all gone a bit mental. As I said, I should have wrapped it up 3 minutes ago when I said I was going to wrap it up. Thanks very much for watching. Subscribe if I haven't put you off. Don't unsubscribe because I'm a freak. Watch more videos where I'm normal. I'll get some decent topics for the rest of the week. But yeah, time is weird. Thanks for watching.